a relaxing bedtime story crafted just for you.
Hello, my new friend. Tonight, as the outside world falls silent and the stars begin to twinkle in the vast sky, let us step together into a gentle journey. A journey without rush, without noise, but as soft and patient as the very heartbeat of the earth. Find a comfortable position, let your whole body relax, and softly close your eyes. Take a deep breath in, feeling the cool air weave through every part of your body, nourishing every cell. Then breathe out slowly, letting all the tensions of the long day dissolve with your breath. Each of your breaths now is like a gentle wave, carrying you away from the shores of worry toward a land of peace. Now, in your mind, conjure an image of a pristine forest at dawn. The first rays of sunlight, golden like honey, pierce through the lush green canopy, casting dancing spots of light on the ground covered with dry leaves. The air is fresh and cool, carrying the scent of damp soil, of greenery, and of wildflowers just beginning to bloom. The melodious chirping of birds echoes through the space, creating a joyful symphony welcoming the new day. And amidst this tranquil and vibrant scene, a small creature slowly awakens from a long sleep. This is Turtle, our little friend for tonight. You see, Turtle does not live in a hurry. Each of his steps is slow and steady, imprinting tiny footprints on the soft earth. His shell, like a mobile home, carries intricate patterns, each line a story of time, of sunshine, of rain he has experienced. His jet black eyes, kind and wise, observe the world around him with boundless curiosity and appreciation. This morning, Turtle felt something very different in his little heart. It was a deep, earnest call, urging him to leave his familiar forest and begin a long journey to a place he had never known, yet felt profoundly familiar, a place he called home. And so Turtle's journey began, not with haste or anxiety, but with a deep sense of calm. He knew the path ahead would hold many challenges, but he also believed that each slow, deliberate step would bring him closer to where his heart was leading him. And now, let your mind relax. Let your breath fall into rhythm with those patient steps. Let us walk with Turtle on his own path, a path leading to peace and a deep sleep. The dawn gradually brightened, and the forest came fully alive. Turtle crawled along a small winding path, flanked by carpets of green grass still adorned with dewdrops sparkling like tiny pearls. Each time he passed, these dewdrops would tremble slightly, then fall, soaking into the earth. Turtle was in no rush. Occasionally he would stop, stretching his slender neck to smell the sweet fragrance of a purple wildflower, or to observe an ant diligently carrying food back to its nest. To Turtle, this world held so many wonders that haste would easily cause him to miss. He crawled past a giant old tree, its bark rough and its roots rising above the ground, like massive pythons. A squirrel with reddish-brown fur and a fluffy tail was leaping about on the branches. Seeing Turtle, the squirrel stopped, asking in a quick, chattering voice, "Hey, Turtle, where are you going so slowly? At this speed, when will you ever get there?" Turtle looked up, his eyes gentle, and smiled. "I am looking for home," Turtle replied, his voice deep and measured. "I don't know exactly where it is, but my heart tells me that if I head towards the setting sun, I will find it." The squirrel was surprised. "Oh, then you must hurry up. I can run from one end of this forest to the other in the blink of an eye. Let me show you a shortcut." Turtle shook his head gently. "Thank you," he said, "but I think this journey isn't about reaching the destination quickly or slowly. I want to feel every warm sunbeam on my shell, listen to every whisper of the wind, and smell the fragrance of every flower. Perhaps along the way I will discover that each step is itself a part of home." The squirrel listened, pondered for a moment, then said, That does make sense. Good luck to you, friend Turtle." With that, the squirrel continued his hurried dance among the branches, disappearing into the deep green foliage. Turtle continued on his way. The brief encounter with the squirrel made him smile. He realized that everyone has their own rhythm in life, and his rhythm was slowness. Feel that slowness within yourself, my friend. Let your heartbeat slow down, let your breath become deeper and more even. There is no need to rush. There is no need to chase anything. You are safe here in this peaceful space. Breathe out and release all thoughts of time. Let them drift away like light clouds floating across the sky. Turtle continued his journey, crossing a small stream. The stream water was crystal clear, revealing white and pink pebbles at the bottom. The sound of the flowing water gurgled, like a lullaby from nature. Turtle stopped by the stream bank, bent down, and took a drink of the cool, refreshing water. The sweet, fresh liquid washed away all fatigue. On the water's surface, he saw the reflection of the deep blue sky and the lush green trees. A small silver fish swam over, waving its tail in greeting. "Hello," the fish said, its voice shimmering like water bubbles. "Where are you from?" "I'm from the eastern forest," Turtle replied. "I am on my way home." "That's wonderful," the fish exclaimed. "My home is this very stream. Where the water flows, my home goes. Would you like to swim along with me for a while?" Turtle smiled and shook his head. "Thank you, but I cannot swim as fast as you, and I think I need to feel the path beneath my feet. But it's good to know that for you, home is a never-ending journey." The fish nodded, then swam away happily, leaving expanding circles on the water. Turtle watched, his heart full of admiration. He realized that home comes in countless forms. There are stationary homes, there are moving homes, and perhaps there is even a home residing right within each person's heart. After resting, Turtle began to cross the stream. Step by step, his sturdy feet gripped the smooth stones on the stream bed. The cool water flowed over his shell, bringing a strangely refreshing sensation. Each step required focus, required patience. And finally, he reached the opposite bank. A small but warm sense of accomplishment spread in his heart. Now, close your eyes and imagine you are also crossing a clear stream like that. Feel the coolness of the water, hear the gurgling sound beside your ears, and feel the firmness of the stones beneath your feet. Each step is a step of peace. Each step brings you closer to tranquility in your soul. Noon arrived, the sun high in the sky, casting brilliant golden rays upon the land. Turtle found a dense thicket, its lush foliage forming a natural sun umbrella. He crept inside, enjoying the pleasant coolness. In the shade, spots of sunlight filtered through the leaves, printing magical shapes on the ground. A gentle breeze blew, carrying the melodious sounds of the forest. Turtle retracted his head and legs into his shell, enjoying a short nap. His sleep was not deep, but a light rest, half awake and half asleep, where he could still hear distant birdsong and feel the breath of the earth and sky dot in that midday nap. Turtle dreamed of a beautiful place. It was a beach with white sand where gentle ocean waves lapped at the shore. The sky there was the pinkish purple of twilight, and the air carried a salty, strangely familiar taste. He felt an extraordinary peace, as if he had belonged to this place a long, long time ago. An earnest call sounded again in his heart. "Come home, child." Turtle woke up, the warmth from the dream still lingering. He knew he was going the right way. He continued his journey, crawling through vast fields of reed grass. The reed flowers, pure white and soft, swayed in the wind like a graceful dance. The wind on the plains blew stronger, carrying the pungent scent of grass and earth. Turtle felt so small amidst the vast nature, but he was not afraid. On the contrary, he felt he was a part of that vastness. Suddenly the sky darkened. Dark clouds rolled in, obscuring the sunlight. A strong gust of wind blew, making the reeds lie flat. Sporadic raindrops began to fall, quickly turning into a heavy pouring rain. Thunder and lightning erupted, the rumbling sound echoing throughout the space. This was Turtle's first real challenge. Large, heavy raindrops fell like a deluge. The ground became slippery and muddy. The wind blew so fiercely it nearly flipped him over. Turtle felt a little scared. He tried to find shelter, but there was only an open field around. Finally, he decided to retract his head and legs completely into his sturdy shell. Inside the shell, everything became dark and strangely quiet. The sounds of rain, wind, and thunder grew smaller and smaller, as if from a distant world. Turtle could hear his own breathing clearly, slow and steady. He could feel the solidity of the mobile home that nature had gifted him. It protected him, sheltered him from the storm outside. In that moment, Turtle suddenly realized sometimes home is not a fixed place, but what we carry with us. It is the calmness, the resilience, the ability to find stillness amidst the storm. The rain shower came quickly and left just as fast. Soon after, the dark clouds dispersed, giving way to the clear blue sky again. A brilliant 7-colored rainbow appeared, arching across the sky like a beautiful bridge to heaven. Turtle poked his head out of his shell. Everything around, bathed and refreshed by the rain, looked renewed and radiant. Raindrops still clung to the grass blades, glittering in the sunlight like diamonds. The air was fresh to the core. Turtle felt he had grown from the experience. He continued crawling, leaving behind small puddles and footprints on the damp earth. He crawled all afternoon until the sun began to dip behind the distant mountain ranges, painting the western sky a vibrant orange. Dusk fell, bringing with it a subdued and gentle atmosphere. Turtle stopped at the base of a large tree, where there was a flat, dry patch of ground. This would be where he spent the night. He felt tired, but it was a pleasant tiredness from a day of earnest effort. He found a few large dry leaves and arranged them into a small, neat nest. Night fell, the sky turned dark, but was dotted with countless twinkling stars. A slender, pure crescent moon hung suspended high above. The sounds of the day gradually gave way to the sounds of the night, the chirping of crickets, the distant hoot of an owl, the whisper of wind through the leaves. Turtle lay in his leaf nest, looking up at the star-filled sky. He felt alone, but not lonely. He could feel the presence of the vast universe embracing him. Those stars, perhaps, were also watching over his journey. He remembered the familiar forest, the friends he had met along the way, the thunderstorm and the brilliant rainbow. All of it was part of this journey. And then, in the silence, under the silvery light of the stars, Turtle drifted into a deep sleep, with the belief that tomorrow he would continue walking dot. And now, my friend, let your mind relax completely. Imagine you are also lying under such a starry sky. Feel the coolness of the night. Listen to the gentle sounds of nature and gaze at the twinkling stars above. They are like little lamps guiding your beautiful dreams. Take a deep breath and feel the peace spreading throughout your body. You are safe. You are protected, and you are on the journey to finding peace within your own soul. A new day began with a pinkish glow on the horizon. Turtle woke up, feeling his body full of energy after a night's rest. He breakfasted on a few dewy grass shoots, then set off again. Today, the surroundings began to change. The forests thinned out, giving way to gently sloping sandy hills. The air became drier and carried a new scent, the scent of the sea. Turtle felt his heart beat a little faster. Was he getting close? The salty taste in the wind grew stronger and clearer. And then, after climbing up a high dune, he saw before him a sight that left him stunned and overwhelmed. It was a vast, deep blue ocean, stretching all the way to the horizon. Silvery-crested waves chased one another to the shore, creating a roaring, majestic, yet profoundly gentle sound. An endless expanse of golden sand stretched out, and the sky here was immensely wide and liberating. Turtle stood there for a long time, speechless. An intense, indescribable emotion welled up inside him. It was awe, it was joy, and above all, a deep sense of belonging. He had found it, the home from his dreams, a place he had never set foot in, yet felt as familiar as if he had lived here for lifetimes. He slowly crawled down the dune toward the ocean. Each step now was more eager, yet still maintained its inherent slowness. The sand was soft and warm under his feet. As he neared the shoreline, a large wave crashed, the cool seawater gently splashing against his shell. Turtle felt the ocean's welcome, and then he saw a miraculous sight. In the distance, under the golden blazing sun, many other sea turtles were crawling up the beach or swimming in the clear blue water. They were larger than him, with flatter shells and feet splayed out like paddles. An older sea turtle with experienced eyes crawled close to Turtle. "Welcome home, child," the old sea turtle said, his voice deep and full of affection. "We have been waiting for you." Turtle was moved to the point of speechlessness. This is really my home?" he asked, his voice trembling. "Yes," the old sea turtle nodded. "This is where your ancestors lived. Every year at this time, the hearts of distant children like you speak up, calling them back to their roots. Was your journey difficult?" Turtle recounted his journey, about the green forest, the hasty squirrel, the cool stream, the shimmering fish, the thunderstorm, and the sleep under the starry sky. He spoke in a calm tone, but full of emotion. The old sea turtle listened attentively, then smiled. "You see," he said, "your slow journey was not in vain. Every difficulty, every experience, every friend you met helped you grow and understand more about this world and about yourself. No step was wasted. Now rest, child of the sea. You are home." Turtle felt a deep sense of fulfillment. He had found where he belonged. But he also realized that the true home was not just this beautiful beach. It was also the entire long journey he had experienced. It was the lessons about patience, about courage, about cherishing every moment. That home he had carried within his heart all along the way. He found a soft spot on the sand under a green coconut tree and lay down. The sound of the waves became a lullaby, rhythmic and soothing. The cool sea breeze blew past, carrying the flavor of freedom and belonging. Turtle closed his eyes, feeling absolute peace. He had completed his journey, not with an ending, but with a new beginning dot. And now, my friend, the story of Turtle's slow journey has also come to an end. But this is a beautiful ending, one that brings peace and fulfillment. Let this story sink deep into your mind as a gentle reminder that in this hurried life, sometimes we need to know how to slow down. We need to cherish each step, each moment, no matter how small, and that the journey to finding peace within one's soul is always a worthwhile one. Take a deep breath and feel that peace within you. Feel the heaviness of your body sinking down, merging with the soft bed. All tensions, all worries, let them drift away with the sound of the ocean waves, far, far away, and disappear. You don't need to go anywhere else anymore. You don't need to search for anything anymore. In this very moment, right here, you have arrived home. Home is where your heart feels at peace. And your heart, right now, is very much at peace. Listen to the sound of the ocean in your mind. The waves crash rhythmically, gently. Each wave that reaches the shore brings a cool breeze, blowing away any lingering worries. Your breath now is as rhythmic as the ocean waves. Breathe in, breathe out, slowly and deeply. The image of the beach at sunset gradually appears. The sun, like a giant ball of fire, slowly sinks into the ocean, dyeing the entire sky and sea a beautiful orange and purple. Our turtle is lying quietly on the sand, content and satisfied, gazing at this magnificent scene. And you too feel that satisfaction in your heart. Everything is perfectly complete. Now, let sleep come to you gently, like a soft wave embracing the shore. Let yourself sink into the deepest state of relaxation. The night is late and the world is asleep. Let every final thought dissolve, leaving only silence and peace. Good night, my friend. Good night.